Hi there, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my channel, Sweet Smiling Soul. Today I am calling you. Today I am talking to you from the sewing room floor. And the reason why I'm here is because the first 4 or 5 hours of today, I was creating a macrame handbag, which was a custom order. And while I was in the flow, I realized that I hadn't actually sat down for a while and noticed that my feet were starting to hurt. I think I should have had some supportive shoes on while I was down working on the hardwood floor for the past few hours. Now my feet are suffering quite a bit, so I am just leaning them up against the wall right now while I lie down here and just letting the blood flow the opposite way. But I thought this would be a good opportunity to create a video sharing behind the scenes of my handmade business. And I would really love to share what I'm working on right now, what I'm excited about, and yeah, just kind of keep you in the loop about that. It's going to be a pretty chill video today, I think. I'm just going to stay here for a little bit longer and then we will get into it. Alrighty, standing up again. So this is the handbag that I was working on this morning and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I'll show you some footage of me making it. I did like a time lapse. I might even just turn it into its own video, but I'll share a little bit with you now. I actually designed it in 2019 when I was going through a macrame obsession. And yeah, it was similar to, like, if you've seen my first video, similar to the obsession that I had with making cushions when I first learned to sew. It just got out of hand and I had so many items. But because of that, I ended up doing some handmade markets. And this was when I was living in Munich in Germany. And it was really fun to do some local markets and sell my macrame creations. This particular design, I had it for sale at one of the markets back then, but it didn't actually sell. And then in 2022, when I did a Christmas market in Vienna, I decided to take this along and see if anyone would buy it, and it sold, and I was really happy about that. And then yesterday, I received a text message from a woman who I don't even know, and I don't even know how she found me or found the picture of this particular design. And she messaged me and she was like, hey, how long would it take for you to make an exact replica of this? And she sent me the picture that she'd found, and yeah, again, have no idea where she came from, but it was really amazing. It was a really nice surprise. So I told her all the details and that I could get it done this week. So I'm gonna send this to her tomorrow. But yeah, very exciting. I mean, as a small business owner, it makes you feel so happy when one of your handmade creations is appreciated by somebody else. And yeah, I just am so grateful for that opportunity. So I'm just going to pause right there and let you know that this macrame bag order ended up being a scam. What happened was that they seemed very legit in their messages. They were very friendly, sending emojis, asking me if I could send it to get to the US by the end of next week. And I was like, yes, for sure. I sent a payment request, so it was all secure. They saw the message, I could see that they'd seen it, but they didn't reply straight away. And so I thought, okay, I'll just get to work anyway and make sure that it's ready to go. And I just kind of trusted that they would follow through with the payment. They agreed on the price and everything. There were no issues there. They seemed like genuinely happy overall. And after I'd finished making the bag, I realized that I still hadn't heard back from them, nothing about the payment, or they didn't give me their address or anything. So I asked them one more time. I asked them if there were any issues with the payment, and then I asked them for their address. I wasn't going to post it until I received the payment, but they didn't get back to me. Then I thought I'll just leave it one more night, and then I woke the next morning to them giving me their address but still not paying me. And then I wrote to them and I was like, how did you go with the payment? And then it said your message is undeliverable. And then I realized that they deactivated their Facebook profile. So that was that. It was official at that point that I'd been scammed. And I literally didn't know whether to laugh or cry, so I was crying and laughing at the same time. It was very overwhelming considering how much time and energy I'd put into getting the bag right and getting it finished and ready to post. So it was a bit disappointing. I instantly thought, okay, well, I'll probably just put it in my Etsy shop. Then I shared the story on Instagram, and somebody who was really kind and thoughtful was like, wow, like, I know how you feel. I've been scammed before and it's not fun. By the way, I love this bag. How much is it? And then it ended up selling. So I'm really happy about that. I posted that last week and it all worked out in the end. I just wanted to add that in there. I recorded this video straight after I'd finished making the handbag. I was so excited. You can clearly see that I'm on a high. My face is just like lit up, and not long after that things kind of went downhill, but then they went up again. So I'm super happy. So now I want to share something else with you that I've been working on. So if you've seen some of my shorts on YouTube, you might have come across the Handmade Dollhouse that I put together. I went on Pinterest and I looked at a whole bunch of different fabric dollhouse ideas and just kind of put together this dollhouse. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I decided to create my own doll pattern, which required a lot of experimentation. So I'm still in that experimentation phase, but I just wanted to share what I've got so far. This was the first one that I experimented with, and I just kind of made her body triangular and added the legs in, but it just seemed a little bit difficult to, I don't know, I just wasn't 100% happy with it. So I tried again. I felt like her arms needed to be a little bit more narrow, and like I felt like the legs needed to be placed inside the seam here and not attached to the outside, because it kind of looks like she's just sitting all the time. So that was my first draft. My second one was a different body type, and I experimented with different hair. And it is pretty cute. Like, it makes me laugh when I see her hair here. But it was a bit of a mission getting the hair on her head, and I felt like maybe I just need something a little bit more simple and straightforward. But yeah, that being said, this is pretty cute. I might just like paint her body or something and just, I don't know, could use it as an ornament in the sewing room. I don't know. But that was my second draft. My third draft was this little one. And the difference here was that I just kind of made her body a little bit more round and a bit more narrow. And I also put the legs inside the seam here so that she would be standing up straight, but her legs were still flexible if we were to put her in the bath or in the bed or to sit on the couch, for example. So yeah, I ended up going with this pattern. Then I decided finally to just make some last little adjustments, and it was just to make her bun a little bit bigger, and yeah, I kept the rest of it pretty much the same. So that's the doll pattern. I'm pretty happy with that. Then I started playing with some dresses. So I designed this little one here. I tested out a few others that I found online, but in the end I went with this one that has like a little top and then like a little skirt attached. But yeah, I don't want to give too much away just yet. I'm just kind of letting you know where I'm at with a few of my experiments so far. Now I'll show you my thoughts around the house. Originally I loved this pattern, and I've seen this on Etsy and on Pinterest as well. A lot of them would fold out and have kind of like this roof shape. I decided to add some ribbon so that it could close and a handle, and I loved this. I thought this was really cute. I was happy with the way that the bedroom and the wardrobe turned out. Then I kept going and I wanted to add more rooms, so I decided to add a little bathroom and got further inspiration just by looking at what other crafters had made on Pinterest, and then just tweaked it as I went along. I wanted some little plants in there. I wanted this lace shower curtain, although not practical. It's very cute. And I made like a little towel to go with it, and so yeah, the doll can like slip into the bath, and yeah. Then I made a little cushion. This is kind of like a playroom area, so I put a little cushion, a rug. There's a little book in here. There we go, little journal. There's some balls of wool, so it's kind of like a hobby box, I guess. This little butterfly I've had since I was 11. I remember getting this at the craft store. I remember it vividly, actually, so that's why I know I was 11. This reminded me of a toy or something, so I felt like it would go in here. And then I made a little macrame wall hanging. So I told you about my obsession with macrame already. So making a tiny little wall hanging for this room felt natural for me. I'm basically making my dream home here. Then I have the kitchen, although it's not really a kitchen, it's more like a dining room. I like to think that this lady has like a chef, you know, she doesn't need to be in the kitchen, but she can just eat her meals here. Then I have a little couch area as well. So she would be sitting here or sitting here. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's just like a nice little toy that I feel like you could take anywhere. You can keep it for yourself if you're like me and just want to play with kids things. Then I have like little dresses to go in here as well. So that's where I was at with the house. And originally I thought it would kind of fold open. Like, I'll just show you what I mean, like this. And then it would just fold open, and then this one would obviously fold open like this. But I didn't really think about it too much when I was in the making phase. I was just kind of putting things together and thinking that it would work. But then when it came time to put it all together, it didn't actually work that way, which is fine. Like, you know, it's quite good because you can move it around and like you can spread out the rooms a little bit. But yeah, basically it does kind of all pack away together when you lie it on top like that, and then you just tie it up. And yeah, and I have like a little separate bag for all the little bits and pieces that come with it, toys and the cushion and things. And now my new design is going to be a Dollhouse storybook. So it's going to be like this, like a book, and when you open it up, it goes to the wardrobe and the bathroom. Then you open up to the next one, and then we've got the dining room and the lounge room, and then the playroom and then the bedroom. So that's how it's going, and I'm very excited about it. So my amazing husband has helped me with the pattern. So what I did was draw a whole bunch of random pieces. I just hand drew all the pieces that I wanted in the dollhouse, including the doll, and then he put it together in Illustrator and kind of created it a little bit more symmetrical and a bit neater. And then we started with the doll, and then we went on to like the furniture in the house. But yeah, I have like all the pieces almost ready to go. I'm just making this dollhouse that I just showed you because I've got to test it to make sure that all the measurements are good and it's straightforward and simple, and it's not going to be like this impossible project, you know. But yeah, I want to make sure that it's also easily understood. So for those who end up purchasing the pattern, I want to make sure that it's straightforward instructions, and you know, even a beginner sewist could put it together. That's the update on that. And there is one more thing though. Before I fully launch this pattern out into the world, I will need a couple of pattern testers. So if you are interested in creating your own doll and dollhouse, or if you have a child that you would love to make it for, please reach out to me and you can be a part of the testing phase. Okay, let's move on to the next thing I've been working on. The next thing that I'm excited about is this parcel that arrived today. So I'm going to open it now. Alrighty, ready? It is a men's denim jacket, a Levi's denim jacket, and yeah, I'm really happy that I got this. I got it on Depop, so it's actually another project. I have made several denim jackets, or upcycled several denim jackets in the past, and I've added patchwork and embroidery to them. And recently I have thought about doing another project, but I haven't felt the motivation. I think it's because I didn't have any ideas on what to do next. I did create one just before Christmas, but I still feel like I need to finish it. Like it's just not quite ready yet. So that might be a video for another day. I'm really excited about this one because it's a men's denim jacket, and I haven't actually done anything on a men's denim jacket before. It's a large one, so it's quite a lot of space to work with. But the inspiration came from my husband. So he and I watched the Bob Dylan movie. I can't even remember the name of it, but you might know what I'm talking about. We watched that movie recently, and he started listening to the music and of Bob Dylan again, and yeah, and it was just kind of like a Bob Dylan themed week last week. And Lawrence found a post on Reddit of this denim jacket that had patchwork on it and like some trimming on the elbows, and it was just like fully colorful. And it was from 1987, I think, and it was a jacket that Bob Dylan wore in a movie, and this jacket was auctioned off online for $25,000. So I was like, okay, there's my inspiration. Obviously I'm not gonna sell it for $25,000, but I loved the look of this jacket, and I loved like all the different colors and the different textures that had been added to it. I loved the placement of all the patches. So I've decided to create my own Bob Dylan inspired denim jacket from the 80s. So stay tuned for that, because I am going to create a whole video just dedicated to that. For now, I think, yeah, I'm just gonna put this in the wash. That's the thing about secondhand stuff, you know, you gotta wash it. I also want to show you some other secondhand items that I've bought in relation to this project as well. I went to the op shop and bought some different fabrics that I feel will go well on the Bob Dylan style denim jacket. These are just some ideas that I have, but I thought like the original jacket has like some embroidery on it and like some just kind of applique features, and similar to these patterns, I guess. So I decided to just get these at the op shop, and then something shiny as well, because there's a little bit of shine on his jacket too. And this Duna cover set, it takes me back to the early 2000s. And I feel like this style is circling back. I swear I've seen it like recently. I felt like this could be good for a men's or women's upcycled shirt, like a button-up shirt. I have a lot of it, so I could make several shirts. That's the plan. So there's that. Then I went to Spotlight because I needed to get some trimmings, and the jacket has like a red or pink trimming on it, but they didn't have that in stock, so I went with like this gold, and it also has white on it as well. So I got that, and I'm hoping to add that to the jacket. Then I just stumbled upon the remnants bin and couldn't help myself, and I just got these linen pieces for $2, and this little pattern here, and this muslin purple color, and I think this is a navy blue when it's in sunlight, but it's corduroy. Let me know your thoughts on all the projects. I'd love to know. And if you are interested in becoming a pattern tester for this doll and Dollhouse, please reach out to me. Stay tuned for the video on the Bob Dylan inspired denim jacket and the Dollhouse reveal, and what other ideas have I got? I have so many ideas lately. My ideas have really, taken over. If you like this video, give it a like, comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.